August 15th, 1977 was a routine day at Ohio Wesleyan University. But tonight something was going to happen here, which will remain a mystery for humans for years to come. The 30-meter wide reflector of the Big Ear radio telescope in the university detected a very big radio signal at 10:1 meters at night. This signal passed through the telescope and reached IBM 1130CR, and from here it got automatically converted and went to the printer. At this time of the night, there was complete silence in the control room, except for the sound of the printer. The signal printed on the paper got buried among all the other printouts, and at that time, no one came to know that the Big Ear telescope has received an alien signal coming from the Sagittarius constellation in the sky. After a few days, the technician of the control room picked up all the printouts, and astronomically 6 EK-YJ5 Jerry Ahmed saw this signal and highlighted it with his red pen and wrote WOW next to it. Since then, it is known as WOW signal. It is recognized, but what was so special about this signal? It has been an astronova for the last 47 years, and this signal coming from the Sagittarius constellation was a message from aliens or just a coincidence. Once again, the audience will be delighted in the videos of InfoX TV. There was a study behind the importance of the WOW signal, which was released about 18 years before this incident. What happened was that in 1959, Cornell University physicists Philip Morrison and Joe Seppi Capini released a paper in which it was hypothesized that if there is any extraterrestrial civilization in the universe, then it will use the frequency of 1,420 megahertz to communicate with us, that is, the people living on Earth. The reason for this is that this frequency naturally emanates from hydrogen, and everyone knows that hydrogen is the most commonly found element in this universe, and it can probably be a common and understandable reference for every technologically advanced civilization. That is why the frequency is considered ideal for extraterrestrial communication. After this study, in 1973, Ohio State University dedicated its radio telescope Big Ear to search for signals of intelligent life outside the Earth's atmosphere, and this mission was named Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or SETI. This mission was the longest-running mission of its time, which was designed to search for life outside the Earth. The Big Ear radio telescope was located near Perkins Observatory on the campus of Ohio Wesleyan University. Its mission was to scan different parts of the sky and detect any intelligent signal that came from outside the Earth. To understand the data of Big Ear radio telescope, Astronova agreed to do this work. The signal received by the telescope at 10:01 p.m. on August 15th, 1977 was so unique and powerful that Aham and his fellow scientists were astonished. The telescope recorded this signal for a full 72 seconds, which was recorded on the computer. After conversion, it became 6 EK-YJ5. The numbers and letters in this signal do not have any hidden message. Rather, they express the intensity of the signal and its strength. There are a total of 6 characters in the WOW signal, and each character or number represents a time of 12 seconds. The telescope would detect the signal for 12 seconds, then record it in the computer, and then start recording the next 12 seconds. That is, if there are 6 characters in the WOW signal and each character is of 12 seconds, then it means that the WOW signal kept reaching the telescope for a total of 72 seconds. Let's tell you here that when no signal is received in the telescope, it records the value of 0. The smallest signal is 1, and similarly, as the numbers increase, it means that the intensity of the signal and its strength is increasing. Normally, signals of 1 to 3 or 4 intensity were received in the Big Ear telescope, but the WOW signal started with 6. If there is a signal of value greater than 10, then it will be converted into alphabets like 10 means A, 11 means B, and 12 means C. Similarly, it will move forward. The second part of the wave signal was converted by the computer into E, which means 14. That is, where the intensity of the signal was 6 in the last 12 seconds, it became 14 in the next 12 seconds. The third is Q, whose value becomes 26. The highest value of this signal was 30, which the computer converted into Y, and then in the last 2 parts its value became J, that is 20 and then F. The most special thing about this wave signal was that it was heard only on the channel of frequency of 1,420 megahertz, the same frequency which naturally comes out from the hydrogen element. This is the reason why astronova must be rising, because there are so many asteroids, planets, galaxies, and clusters in the universe. It is possible that this signal has been generated from somewhere randomly. Then why is it being linked to aliens? Actually, the 1,420 megahertz frequency is of the hydrogen line, which is the most common element in the universe. Scientists believe that if any alien civilization wants to communicate, it will choose a universal and easily understandable frequency, which can be understood by every advanced species. Secondly, if a line chart of the strength of the WOW signal is made, it looks very unique. This signal reached a value of 30 and then slowly faded away, and such signals can only be generated intentionally. Another reason for linking the WOW signal to aliens is that cosmic events in space do emit signals, but neither do they follow this pattern, slowly increasing and slowly ending, nor do those signals come only once. But another special thing about the WOW signal that points towards aliens is that this signal was heard only once. If this signal was generated due to any natural event, it would have been heard again and again, and most importantly, it is not only in the frequency band of 1,420 megahertz. Now let us come to our second question. What is it? From which location in the sky did this signal come? The exact location of the WOW signal from where it came is very difficult to know because of the design of the Big Air telescope. The telescope had two separate structures called feed horns. Due to the rotation of the ground, both these feed horns were scanning the sky in different directions. The WOW signal was heard only in one of these feed horns, but not in the other, and the data was processed in such a way that it is not possible to decide which horn heard this signal. Because of this, we have these two different locations where the direction of both the feed horns was at that time, and this signal could have come from these two locations only, but it is not exactly confirmed which of these two locations it was. The location of the signal was in a specific area of the Sagittarius constellation, which was close to the globular cluster M55 in Tau Sagittarius. This mystery is still unsolved because we know that the WOW signal came from the Sagittarius constellation, but the exact location of the signal was not known. Coordinates could not be confirmed till now. There are many theories and hypotheses about the WOW signal as to what it was and where it came from, but scientists do not agree on any one theory. One possibility is that it was a weak signal of interstellar twinkle, just like stars twinkle, but the Very Large Array Telescope, which is a more sensitive telescope than Big Ear, could not detect this signal. If this signal was detected on Big Ear due to interstellar twinkle, then why was it not detected on VL? Hence, this theory also proved wrong. Another idea has been expressed that perhaps this signal was generated from the Earth itself, but after reflecting from an asteroid or space telescope in space, it was recorded back on the Big Air telescope. But this theory also proved wrong later, because scientists say that if this signal was generated on the Earth itself, then by the time it collided with the space telescope and came back, it would not have had so much strength that it could reach the value of Y30. Another issue is this, that the frequency band of 1,420 megahertz is reserved for astronomy, and radios on the ground are not allowed to send signals on this frequency. That is why it is not possible for the WOW signal to be generated on Earth itself. Jerry Aham and others used the meta-array of astronova. In 1995, Paul Shu used the telescope of the Greek Bank Observatory. Then in 1999, Gray and Simon Ellingson also used the 26-meter telescope of Mount Pleasant Radio Observatory. But the result was always the same: complete silence. Was this signal an accident, or did the aliens want to contact us and then stopped? In 2017, Antonio Perez said that this signal may have come from two hydrogen clouds of TS 266P and 335P. But the astronova signal is a mystery whose answer is not with the scientists till date. Was it a message from an alien civilization or a natural cosmic event? The scientific community is still trying to figure out the cause of this signal. Today we are trying to understand the origin of WOW signal. Nearly 47 years have passed since the WOW signal was recorded, but after the night of August 15th, 1977, this signal was never recorded again on any telescope. We hope you will like and share this video of InfoX TV a lot. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.